Religion is a defined system of beliefs based on faith in the supernatural. Here, we will examine Christianity, the faith most familiar to us and the most widespread. I have deep respect for believers, many of whom are among my acquaintances. However, scientific knowledge is of primary importance. Therefore, we begin our reflection on belief in the supernatural. Today we fly in space, know about the Big Bang, and that life on Earth began 4.5 billion years ago. As a result of evolution, a thinking human appeared 50 million years ago. At that time, with limited reasoning and scant knowledge of natural laws, people believed in supernatural deities. Tribal leaders and shamans used this belief to control their members and gain personal advantage. 5,000 to 6,000 years ago, primitive tribes, to ease their lives, began farming and started specializing labor through cooperation. This led to the creation of states. The rulers were the most intelligent and strong members of society. Alongside self-preservation instincts, greed emerged, an unrestrained desire to claim for themselves the material and cultural values created by collective labor. As a result, a small wealthy elite arose, while the majority remained poor, many of them slaves. Strong social tensions developed between rich and poor, which rulers suppressed through tyranny. Social tension became a key driver of societal development toward a more balanced state, where wealth distribution became fairer. People aspired to greater freedom and knowledge. Shamans in early states became priests and collaborated with rulers, preaching the existence of deities, threatening people with hellish torments, and promising paradise for those who worked obediently for the rulers, God's anointed, and other wealthy elites. In return, priests received benefits from the rich and solicited donations from the poor. This allowed them to build enormous temples and become the wealthiest members of society. Initially, there were many gods, but in the slaveholding era, main deities emerged. Eventually, nearly all peoples came to conceive of a single god, usually residing in heaven in human form or as a spiritual being. Many world religions borrowed the idea of God from ancient Egyptians, who were the first to organize a state. Egyptians studied astronomy seriously, as agricultural success depended on this knowledge. The Jews, inspired by the Egyptians, created their own god. Drawing on Egyptian ideas, they wrote the Old Testament. In addition to miracles of the world's creation in 6 days, the creation of man from clay and woman from his rib, and the Great Flood, it recounts the difficult history of the ancient Jews, exile from the Promised Land, slavery, and the exodus from Egypt under Moses' leadership. Over 2,000 years ago, temple maintenance costs, Roman oppression, and excessive taxes worsened the lives of the Jews. The impoverished population sought a way out of this situation. Among many rebels and preachers, the sect of Jesus Christ emerged. The first Christians, Jews themselves, preached the Old Testament but also introduced new ideas of blessings for the poor and suffering. Christ opposed wealthy merchants and priests and claimed the throne of the Jews. His followers grew in number, alarming Jewish rulers, influential priests, and Roman occupiers. Christ was publicly crucified, which became the source of many myths about the event. Yet Christianity had not yet become a new religion. Despite the death of its leader, substantial, theoretical, work on the New Testament began. The Gospels of the New Testament were written by Christ's closest followers. Based on ancient Egyptian legends, the apostles and other sacred text authors created myths about the Immaculate Conception, resurrection, and ascension of Christ. He was an extraordinary figure, born into a modest family, an eloquent speaker, and persuasive. His followers exaggerated events, attributing supernatural qualities to occurrences from 2,000 years ago. Knowledge of natural laws was limited. At the same time, Christian agnostics described Christ's life, deeds, and death as those of an exceptional human being with parents and children. Today, historians and theologians search for sensational facts, whether he was buried in India, or someone else was executed in his place. This is interesting for the study of myths but irrelevant to Christianity's development as the world's most widespread religion. The most significant events in Christianity's development and consolidation occurred over 300 years after Christ's death. The belief of Jewish sectarians evolved into a religion, largely distinct from the ideas of early Christians. Roman Emperor Constantine recognized the strong faith of Christians in their Old Testament God and His Son, Christ. For 3 centuries, Christians were persecuted and destroyed. Almost all apostles died as martyrs. Christians were willing to die for ideas that protected the poor and offered hope for a better life on earth and beyond. Initially, Christianity genuinely opposed wealthy merchants and state-aligned clergy. Constantine decided to replace Rome's complex polytheism with stable Christianity. Editors of the New Testament and the Gospels were summoned. They preserved only 4 suitable Gospels and those sacred writings necessary to strengthen the empire. The final version of the New Testament was compiled, and Christianity became the state religion of the Roman Empire. Polytheism was condemned as paganism and banned. Most Christian agnostics were physically eliminated. The emperor became God's anointed, and the most influential apostles assumed the office of Pope and God's deputy on earth. Everything fell into place. The Christian Church became part of the state apparatus to ideologically support unfair economic relations and rulers' tyranny. Priests, as expected in early states, grew very wealthy. Churches were built everywhere, where biblical truths were instilled for hours and rulers' holiness justified. People were threatened with hell and promised paradise after death. In the 3rd to 4th centuries, knowledge levels made this system effective. The papacy reached influence above emperors and kings. Popes, in their self-interest, sanctioned the coronation of emperors and kings and approved their marriages. In colonial wars, the Church not only maintained soldiers' morale but also organized plundering crusades. Vast wealth and many fake holy relics were transported to the Vatican. Churches were built everywhere to expand influence, baptize indigenous peoples, and secure income for centuries. During feudal times, nothing significant changed in Christianity. The Church actively participated in the colonization of America, enriching itself alongside European monarchs. The Vatican remains one of the world's wealthiest states. Early signs of crisis emerged, mainly ideological. People lacked microscopes and powerful telescopes, yet some began to doubt Earth as the universe's center, paying for it with their lives at the Inquisition. Science and technology could not develop based on biblical tales. Christianity split into competing branches. In early capitalism, monarchs remained among the richest. The Church continued to play a central societal role and took part in colonial wars organized by greedy capitalists. In World War I, officers sent poor soldiers to kill other poor soldiers, sanctifying the violence in Christ's name. Victory brought raw materials and labor for capitalists and revenue for priests. This was possible because the poor were largely illiterate, and their only information source was compulsory Sunday sermons. All this happened to our great-grandparents only a few generations ago. Today, societies develop exponentially. In Europe, all monarchs have been overthrown, some were killed, others preserved as museum exhibits. Only a few now doubt the theory of natural selection. The Internet allows quick access to new information, including mind-boggling data on billions of stars, galaxies, and cosmic distances. After World War II, capitalist greed built aircraft carriers and bombers, created the atomic bomb, tested it, feared it, and continue to intimidate each other. Greed still drives colonization, resource appropriation, and killings in less developed countries. Yet society gradually moves toward human welfare. Technologies initially created for military purposes now benefit work and daily life. In developed countries, life expectancy reaches 90 years or more, indicating improved economic, political, and spiritual conditions. What happens to faith and churches in advanced societies? Their main clients, emperors and kings, are gone. In developed parts of Europe, 85 to 90% of the population are atheists. people see that knowledge improves life. Authority rests with those who can gather, process, and use information. Information itself is the most valuable commodity, resource, means, and product. The Internet and artificial intelligence accelerate development for both advanced and less developed nations. The Bible cannot compete with the Internet in accuracy, truthfulness, or volume of useful knowledge, including about itself. Churches, once vast halls for collective Bible reading, are emptying. Few today are interested in monotonous recitations of ancient Jewish hardships or outdated moral lessons. People can read what is needed for life improvement themselves. Congregations shrink, and large, energy-inefficient, ancient technology buildings become unsustainable. The state takes them under care: museums, libraries, gyms, and sometimes even bars. Christ would see this. When humans suffered for millennia under slavery, feudalism, and early capitalism, the church maintained social tension. The human cost, deaths, injuries, starvation, was immense, partly due to the church. Yet in cosmic terms, this occurred quickly. Compared to the time it took humans to evolve from thinking beings to citizens of states, the church fulfilled its function, accelerating societal development. The more has done his work, the more may leave. Now it is our task to accelerate scientific and technological progress. The laws of nature present challenges: preserve Earth's ecology, seek intelligent life in the universe, revive frozen planets in the solar system, and explore distant worlds. I see no need for religion in the future.